Awesome. All right, so let me get back to the slides. Now, like I said, the presentation is going to follow this structure. We will first of all look at the transport problems around the world. And then we're going to talk about the solutions that Unitsky String Technology brings to bear on these problems and how these solutions will be impactful both now and in the future. I'm going to tell you the benefits of this project, the benefit of supporting in the development of this project. We're going to tell you about the legal aspect that the contract between you, GTI, Unitsky String Technologies, as well as SWI Incorporated. I'm going to tell you about the benefit of SWI community partners and how you can become financially independent through these opportunities. If you're excited to go, let me see your fire emojis in the chat room. Now, I would not be speaking alone. As a matter of fact, I will be joined by other members of the community, and one of them is Mr. Thomas Bose, who will be taking us through the first part of this presentation. Now, Mr. Thomas is a multi-talented individual. He's an entrepreneur, he's a speaker with the Skyward community, he's a passive income strategist and advocate of multiple streams of income. He runs his own business and he's doing very well in it. So, Mr. Thomas, let me quickly give you admin privileges so that you can. One moment. Let me just make you an admin so that you can unmute your mic and take us through the first part of this presentation. All right, so Mr. Thomas, kindly unmute your mic and take us through the first part of tonight's presentation. You have the floor, please.
Good evening, everyone. Can I be heard?
Yes. Good evening. Go ahead.
Yes, we can hear you.
It's a pleasure to be with you tonight. And I'm very excited to share with you this opportunity and this technology. But before we go into it, I would like to give us a backstory of the importance of transportation. Before now, transportation was done through donkeys and horses. And you find situation where these beasts were highly sought out. In fact, it was a case where just like you have land disputes, people fight over ownership of these beasts because migration was the order of the day, going from one point to the other to get food. But we live in a time where there have been a lot of improvements and changes. And transportation has also seen massive improvement. Yet, we still have cause to require more. And that is why we will be discussing today about a technology that I'm excited about. But I want us to hold that backstory in mind to show us the importance of transportation. Transportation as we have it today, we use the roads, we use air and the waterways, and yet we know that we still have to deal with one or two concerns. It therefore means that the present system is not achieving for us the aim and objectives. So, what are the problems with our present transportation system? You discover that the experience we have situations where they are expensive to operate. And then the environmental impact of these systems, talking about the road use, building roads that could be used for other recreational activities. And then it does not quite solve the problem of transportation. Moving on, the consequences of this is road accidents. Of course, when everybody wants to go through a specified portion, you definitely have cases. And then there will be cases of stress and fatigue from tail-long traffic, gas pollution, because we use the petrol, and then it affects our green, the destruction of the green areas. Moving on. I would like us to see a short video that shows and really emphasize the problem we have with our present system of transportation. We'll be right back.
The number of cars in the world will double by 2050. Twice as many traffic jams, twice as much air emissions, half as many natural landscapes. No one has managed to create transport capable of solving these problems yet, until Skyway offered its project. An innovative transport which moves above ground along high-strength string rails. Steel ropes inside the rails can make the Skyway flyover up to 3 times stronger than conventional bridges. The durable flyover makes movement jerkless and safe. The construction requires almost no space on the ground. String transport supports can be erected anywhere in the world, from hot desert to permafrost. The Skyway electric motor will make the atmosphere cleaner. To provide the best quality of transport, Skyway uses the most advanced technology, 3D Experience digital platform, and American Haas equipment. It is used in aircraft and space rocket construction. The creator of the technology, the engineer, Anatoly Unitsky, has been developing the Skyway project for over 40 years. He wrote dozens of scientific papers, received 2 UN grants, and launched the production of the string transport in 2016. Since then, Skyway has been introduced at 19 international exhibitions from Berlin to Singapore. The achievements of the project are discussed by the world media from CNN to TV Tokyo. New Skyway developments are demonstrated at the Eco Technopark Test Center every year. 5 types of tracks, 11 kinds of string transport, and thousands of passengers in one place. Today, the project is preparing to enter the world market. One of the most ambitious projects, the Skyway Innovation Center in Sharjah, is being implemented in the United Arab Emirates. Tracks, laboratories, and infrastructure of the linear city. The Skyway Center will be the starting point of the project's development in the Middle East. Today, due to crowdfunding, hundreds of thousands of people have invested in the project, and the Skyway project is more than just transport for them. It is a safe future, real achievements, and a global idea. And you can also contribute to the development of this safe and future-oriented transport. Together, we can make the world better. The number of cars.
Welcome, everyone. Can I still be heard?
Yes.
Well, thank you for that feedback. Now, I want you to hold something in mind. Imagine the amount you spend on transportation every day, and imagine a system that rewards you by being a partner of their project and product offering. Now, when you hold that in mind, I want to equally share with you the advantages of this product when we are talking about the Unitsky transport technology. Moving on. Unitsky Transport offers high-speed, cost-effective, eco-friendly, safety and reliable transport solution with their product offering. You get to your destination quickly and safe. And you will save valuable time because it has speed of up to 150 kilometers and a high speed of up to 500 kilometers per hour, capable of transporting up to 50,000 tons of cargo per day in automated mode. And the traffic interval, you don't have to wait for or wait in tail-long traffic. Moving on. This transportation technology is safe, reliable, and resistant to external influences. The present transportation solutions we have are affected by rain, bad weather, hurricanes, and earthquakes. Even if you want to go by air, it's not a completely safe solution. You have to worry about the weather and whatnot. But this string-rate transport technology has thought through all of these problems and have created something of a solution, an answer to all of this. You will discover that with this transport technology, you will not have to be worried about somebody falling asleep on the wheels or all of these bad weather conditions. And it runs smoothly and comfortably because it's an automated system. Now, the part that is most interesting about this technology, especially in this time when the world is calling for greener solutions to cushion the problem of emission, you see, this transport technology is eco-friendly, in harmony with nature. There is low noise, and the environmental space is preserved because, as you can see from this picture, it is built on elevated string rails. So you have land space for other activities. Now, from the foregoing, you can already tell that this transport technology will be cost effective. We're not talking about the use of petrol or fuel. We are saying we don't have to build costly roads and maintain them, or infrastructures that will require continuous maintenance. All this will cumulate to achieve an inexpensive fare, which is to say, using this technology will be pocket friendly. It is reliable and pocket friendly. Now, what I ask that we hold in mind as we go through this presentation, a system that rewards you when you use their product as a partner with that system, you will realize that the role transportation plays in the daily lives of man and business, you will be gaining a lot of reward from that system. And equally, inexpensive fare makes this solution at the right time. And those of you who are participating in this meeting right now, it is no coincidence. This is the right time for you to hear this message and key in to this technology. Now on this slide, you can see that it's not only the shipment of the movement of people from one point to another. This technology equally accounts for cargo. It is universal. High-speed transportation. Transport is friendly and integrates with other modes of transportation. And it is beyond the urban environment. When you talk about mountain terrains, glacier zones, this technology can reach these places because of the idea to use string rails to move cargo and people from one point to the other. Now, before we digress further, I would like to introduce you to the brain behind this technology, the person of Anatoly Unitsky, an engineer, designer of the Unitsky String Technology. He is the founder and author of over 200 scientific works, an inventor. So this man is the pioneer of this technology, and he has managed to make it something that has gained recognition, such that it is not a technology where we can key into and partner, because in our community, we put our money where our mouth is, which is to say, this technology is financed through crowdfunding, and it gives you an opportunity to be part of it. Moving on, the Unitsky String Technology is an international engineering company for the development of this Unitsky Transport and Infrastructural Complex. The team includes more than 600 specialists of various profiles: engineers, designers, planners, and you name it. On top of that, the Unitsky String Technology has designs, 60 plus designs in Belarus, 300 plus units of machinery and equipment, over 10 transport and infrastructural complex, and 36 buildings. This is to show you the level of work that has been done so far. You can see that in the next slide. The level where this project is to show you visible evidence of what we are describing. As you can see, the string rails, building complex and infrastructure, and the emphasis on the eco-techno park, the emphasis on eco-friendliness. Moving forward, now in order to enter the international market, it is necessary to demonstrate that we have a products. It is necessary to demonstrate that our product achieves the consigns that have been itemized. We show freight, logistics, and we are raising funds to achieve this concern. Like I earlier mentioned, the project is financed through crowdfunding. So it gives you an opportunity, and international bodies have vetted the product and found it to be, we have international certifications from various bodies, and that is why we can now come out in the open to say we have something that is solving the concerns for transportation. And that is why we are making this, we can come out to make such presentations and encourage you to partner with this project. So this slide talks about other sub-groups of company with the Unitsky String Technology. All of this you can research. You can research this, our offshore locations and jurisdictions, tax compliance, and what you stand to gain when you partner with the product. Yes, this just generally talks about the dividend and how it is shared. So what you need to know here is that you are going to be making earnings as a partner with this technology. And dividend received by co-owners of innovative transport will be taxed at personal income rates in the country to which these co-owners are residents. So all of that you can research on your own. Thank you again. That is my time. It has been a pleasure. I want you to, if you have taken nothing from this presentation, I want you to, from the story I told, the backstory I shared, where transportation before now was done with horses and donkeys, and there were things to fight over. Technology has changed things a lot. You don't have to fight over such properties anymore, but you can partner. You can contribute to innovative technologies like this, which has massive potential for you to earn. Thank you again. That has been my time. I'm 𝗟𝗲𝗿𝗿, and it has been a pleasure.
Wow, thank you so much, Mr. Thomas, for that beautiful and brilliant presentation. Let's hear it from Mr. Thomas in the chat box. Kindly put fire emojis, heart emojis, or your favorite emojis if you appreciate what the speaker has just done to that first part of tonight's presentation. Go on, let me see your reactions. Thank you, Mr. 𝗟𝗲𝗿. Thank you, Mr. Elvis. All right. So like Mr. Thomas has said, transportation is a massive, huge market. It's a market that turns over trillions of dollars on daily basis. Yes, because transportation occurs over the air, the land, the sea, and this transportation is intra-city, intercity, cargo, and what have you. Imagine having a slice of, or a percentage, or a fraction of that market bringing you profit. Imagine, for instance, that you are the founder or owner or CEO of one of the big transport companies within Nigeria running a particular route, say, for example, Lagos to Abuja. You will not be the only transporter on that route. Neither will all the customers going to that destination follow your transport company. but you will have a percentage of the market. Now, from that percentage you have, which is a fraction of a fraction of a fraction, because what do I mean? Lagos to Abuja is not the only route within Nigeria. Neither are the customers that will patronize you the only customers going to that destination. So what you really have is a very minute fraction of the entire transport ecosystem of intra-city and intercity transport. Yet, from that fraction that you have, you will still make good profits. And if you agree, put a plus in the chat box. I don't see pluses in the chat box. All right, thank you, Mr. Matthew. Thank you, Ms. Anne. Now, what Mr. Thomas has just rightly drawn our attention to is the fact that Unitsky String Technology has the potential to dominate 60% of the global transport market. The global transport market includes intracity and intercity transportation. It includes air, land, and sea transportation. We have a solution, and you can be a co-owner of this solution. Transportation is a massive market. It is a money market. If you know what it means to position yourself strategically in a place where there is current and there is currency, then you will be investing in technologies like this. I would not say more. Let me invite the next speaker who will be talking to us tonight about another unique aspect of our multifaceted opportunity. This speaker is no other but Mr. Sunday Igbudu. Mr. Sunday is an entrepreneur and a public speaker. Also is a passive income strategist and an advocate of multiple sources of income. At this point in Nigeria, everyone should be an advocate of multiple sources of income because, well, you do not build wealth on a single source of income alone. Mr. Sunday is also an engineer by training. Without further ado, let me welcome on board Mr. Sunday. Mr. Sunday, kindly unmute your mic and take the floor.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Can you hear me, my curator?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Thank you very much. And I want to give a round of applause to the last speaker who did justice to the technology aspect. And now moving forward, we'll be looking at the 𝗟𝗲 community, which is the official partner of the Unitsky String Technologies Inc. But before I go deep into my section of this presentation, in line with the story that our last speaker mentioned about when he was introducing his presentation, I want every one of us to go and search for the work of a man called 𝗟𝗲. 𝗟𝗲. Seba is spelled as S-E-B-A. He actually did a work he called The Great Transformation. Why our last speaker took it from what happened before now when people were clamoring for the various beasts that can help them in terms of mobility from point A to point B. 𝗟𝗲 is like forecasting what will happen very shortly in terms of some specific key industries or areas of life. And interestingly, transportation is a major aspect he dealt with. I want you to do that independent research and come up with your findings. And I also want to quickly add that what electric vehicles generally running on two-wheel, four-wheel electric vehicles, automobiles, is to the current automobile industry is what Unitsky String elevated rail transport will be to the rail industry. And the other advantage we have is that we are not just covering the rail industry, our technology cut across all the other transport sector because we are elevated rail transport. And let me also tell you this truth that elevated rail transport has been existing as far back as 1901. So if you are skeptical about the area of should be elevated rail transport again, please don't just go there because it is already existing. What Unitsky String Technology was able to do was, it was able to enhance and scale the ability of elevated rate transport, such that all the drawbacks initially in previous ones were taken care of. And by reason of that, we are capturing over 50% of the world transportation market. Having said that, let me dive into my section of the presentation. SWC Community is the official partner of Unitsky String Technologies Incorporated. And the SWC ecosystem is actually an international large social venture body that specializes in raising finance to fund green innovative technology and startup organizations. Our ecosystem provides a unique opportunity for any individual to become part of the global projects that we are into by registering portions of these startup companies. The parent company that owns SWC, which is SWC Community, is called SWI Incorporated. And they are majorly guaranteeing every investor and the Global Transport Investment Organization that owns Unitsky String Technology. I want to believe in our previous speaker showed us a slide where it is clear talking about how the remuneration in terms of dividend will come. And we saw that the Global Transport Investment is the owner, the parent owner of Unitsky String Technologies. Now, what the SWC Community does also is that it handles inquiries and answer all questions from co-owners. It also provides technical and necessary information that will help to support everyone that is in this project together with the Unitsky String Technology. Investors through this SWI Incorporated takes a stake in the EROSS Holdings, which is Eurasian Rail Skyway System Holding, and become a co-owner of the string transport technology. Take note, he didn't say co-owner of string transport company, but string transport technology. I want us to have this understanding that what you are buying into is not just one company. You are buying a stake in a conglomerate. We were also told that we have undergone international certification. And by that international certification, we have transformed from just being a startup organization to an organization that can engage in business globally. I want to believe when my curator will be giving us updates, he may mention some good news as regarding some of our new projects that were just gotten by Unitsky String Technology. So in 2019, we transformed through a special process, and by 2021, we became a global organization that can do business. And that is why our name changed from Skyway to Unitsky String Technologies. And I want to believe one of the video we watched earlier, he mentioned Skyway came up with the technology to solve the global transport problem. But of course, today we have transitioned to Unitsky String Technology. And by reason of that, we underwent the rebranding, and now we are going for the commercial projects already. Let me quickly also add that the stage we are in the stage 15 for a project that was broken into 15 stages. We are already in the last stage. So you can see now that for us to have transitioned, a lot of work has gone into it. My next slide. It is very easy to register portions of this company. All you need to do, get back to the individual that invited you to this webinar. They will give you a link to sign up. Whether you are coming on board as an individual or you are coming on board as a legal entity, they will guide you of what you need. Of course, it's very simple. Your government issued ID card, your email address, your phone number, and you will come on board. And when you come on board, you select any package of portion and you register and deposit fund in a convenient way for you, because we have various modes of funding our accounts. And then you sign the convertible loan agreement and receive an extract for the registered portions of the company technology you have secured this ownership. Of course, the convertible loan agreement is even giving you assurance that if you are that type that is very skeptical to investment, they are telling you, if you are afraid of investment, then give us your money. We'll make use of the money. Then in 3 years, we'll pay you a certain percentage and release your money back for you. That is a guarantee to you that this company, they are serious in business. But of course, once you sign the convertible loan agreement, you can now secure portions. And you get these portions, you have the certificate in your personal account, which of course you can either download to get the soft copy, or you can order for the hard copy if you wish. And of course, emphasis, you are getting the certificate of the ERSS holding from the registry of the company. What is the prospect of co-owners of this UST technology in case of successful implementation of various commercial projects? As co-owner, what do you own? You own the intellectual property rights. In other words, the intellectual property, of course, is valued at over $400 billion by independent experts way back in 2013. So, moving from 2013 to now, you should know that the value of this organization is already more than $400 billion. And every co-owner of this innovative transport owns the portion of these holdings, this company called GTI, that owns this intellectual property. Let me point out here for clearer understanding that why GTI owns the intellectual property right. Unitsky String Technology is the engineering company that is actually converting that intellectual property to a physical property. It's good we understand the structure so that we don't end up becoming confused. So my next slide, sir. Dividends will come to you as a passive income earner when you become part of the opportunity we are sharing with you now. And that dividend will be distributed in proportion to the number of portions you have in the organization. And we all know that this is the normal standard. The right of the ARS holding is that a minimum of 20% of the net profit of the GTI Class B shares will be distributed among the co-owners. And of course, let me also bring out this information that a report has already been released in line with dividend some months back. For emphasis, if you want those records, want those reports, can get across to any of the leaders, or you can get in touch with whoever invited you for this webinar, and you will get all the verified information, the links, and all you need to know. My next slide. The payment of dividend depends on the receipt of the annual net profit of GTI Incorporated. Even if the company does not go public, please take note of this, because it's another concern of many individuals. Even if the company did not go public, the right of the co-owner of our innovative transport is still in place. They will still receive their own dividend. And this dividend will be declared and distributed in proportion to the portion every co-owner has to their name. One other interesting thing that we encourage anyone who is here to be part of this organization is that the company has already engaged in what they call portion buyback in time past. In fact, they have done 2 portion buyback. There was a time, because this company has been developing, and because the vision is big, we have to take our time. And as the saying goes, whatever will last, we take its time. But at a certain time, due to the agitation of some persons, to prove to the individual on board that this company knows what their craft and they know what they are doing, the company sold off a certain technology and used the money of that technology to do what they call portion buyback. And that happened in 2 occasions. And those who were privileged to benefit from that portion buyback made huge return in many times what they bought those portions for. Now, let me explain a little bit what this buyback is all about. For those of us who doesn't have the basic understanding of how shares works, there are some companies, they don't pay dividend. What they do, they keep putting that money in form of value on the shares. The share value will now be increasing. So it's now left for you to sell your shares and make profit from it. Then in some cases, the company will say, okay, no, those of you who wants to sell your shares, instead of you selling it to the public, we will buy the shares from you. That is where the issue of share buyback comes in. There are also some principles of shares called stock splitting. That is not the emphasis here, but I'm just bringing this out for you to understand that even before the company will declare dividend generally, they are already engaging some of the principles that are in tandem with organizations that are well registered in the stock market. That should tell you that they knows what they are doing, and definitely anybody who comes aboard now is just coming to ride the wave to multiplication of their wealth. My next slide. Of course, we know that this is a sustainable opportunity. Whatever you do here is not going to end with you. You earn from it repeatedly and you pass it to the next generation, just as it has to do with any standard legal asset anywhere in the world. And the information is stored in your personal account as well as in the US as UST Technology Co-Owner Register. Of course, if you sign up, you will see area of where they require you of what is expected of you to do concerning the inheritor of your asset. So what we are talking about here is a standard investment. We are not just here for talk. We are here for real business. All the privileges and benefits described above can come only if you secure your portions before the end of stage 15. This slide may look like plain, but it carries weight in the sense that we are already in the last stage, stage 15. And for any reason, if you sit on the fence and stage 15 ends, none of these privileges comes to you again. It is on that note I want us to watch this video, which was released more than 6 months ago. So we are gradually even moving towards the end of even the stage 15. Let's watch this video before we continue. While the video is loading, you can read what is on the screen.
The social venture ecosystem Sky World Community has been a strategic partner of Unitsky String Technologies Inc. since 2015. We have been successful in attracting investment in string transport technology for 8 years. We have ensured robust funding for the project and, like many of its co-owners and our community partners, we are waiting when the final 15th stage to be closed, while taking proactive steps. Over the 8 years of our platform's existence, we have built a powerful mechanism capable of raising the necessary amount of funding to close stage 15 in just 1 year. More than 650,000 people have registered in the Sky World community, of which more than 200,000 have not only become investors, but also signed a partnership agreement. And if right now each of the current investors and partners will make their minimum contribution of $500, then in just a few months, or maybe even weeks, we will confidently announce the closed opportunity to become a co-owner of UST Technology on favorable terms. The $100 per month installment plan will allow you to fully complete the 15 stages of financing in 5 months. And if we want to close the final stage as soon as possible, there is nothing easier. Go to your personal accounts and support the project with an investment without delay. Please note, if every existing investor or partner tells their friends, relatives, or colleagues about the opportunity to become a co-owner of a breakthrough transport technology, the speed of attracting financing will ramp up dramatically. If everyone right now invites at least one investor with a minimum deposit of $500, then tomorrow, we will collect all the necessary amount. The portions of the holding will be distributed among investors and the company will complete certification, construction, and demonstration in the shortest possible time, thus bringing closer commercialization of targeted projects, growth in asset value, and the possibility of paying dividends. Tell people that String Technology is no longer a venture startup, but an independent, small-scale, scalable production facility, increasing its capacity year after year. Tell them that following the results of the audit for 2022, the company has reached self-sufficiency and is currently able to cover its current costs on its own, which means it will soon be profitable and able to pay a minimum dividend of 20% of its net income, and you don't have to wait for a public stock exchange to do that. Often we hear the same questions. When will the 15th stage close? How long will it last? The answer is simple. It's up to you, dear investors and partners. Call, write, tell your community about the opportunity to become a co-owner of a unique transport technology with the prospect of covering up to 50% of the transport market. This is your unique chance to bring as close as possible what everyone is waiting for, with minimal effort.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and welcome back to everyone. Of course, you've heard it from the video. We are already in the last stage, and if every partner brings just one partner, we close the stage 15. And that is the reason why we keep coming, we keep talking. Because on one side, we want more Nigerians to be part of this opportunity. We want more Africans to be part of this opportunity. And with the principle of capital importation, capital traveling, money will travel from wherever the technology is implemented and meet us here in Africa, where we are. So on this note, I will hand over the floor back to my curator, who will introduce to us the next speaker. Thank you very much for having me. I remain your friend, Sunday 𝗟𝗲𝗿.
John Bosse.
Hello, Mr. Sunday, and thank you for that beautiful, brilliant presentation. Kindly react with your emojis for the last speaker. Put your fire emojis, put your heart emojis, put your clapping emojis to appreciate the absolutely brilliant pitch that the last speaker just gave us. Before I carry on and invite the next speaker, there was a message on the group chat that caught my attention. It was a question by a certain Prince Ben. And it was, let me see if I can find it and read it out, because I cannot remember how he worded it, but it went along the lines of, hold on, let me see if I can. Okay, so here, it says, please, why is the presentation not by the project owners? Now, let me quickly respond to that before I call on the next speaker. The presentation does take place by the project owners, but they will not present it to you. If Mr. Unitsky is talking about his technology, he's not pitching to, sorry to use this word, average middle income investors. No, he's not. The only reason that you have the access to this opportunity today is because of Skyward Community and its partnership program. You should be grateful that you have the opportunity to hear about this, because many people have invested in big deals: Amazon, Tesla, Facebook, Google, Apple. And those projects were promoted by the project owners, including Facebook. But did you hear about it? No, you did not. Because Mark Zuckerberg did not come to you to tell you about Facebook when Facebook was a startup. And neither will the next project founder of a multi-billion-dollar corporation come to you, because you simply do not have the resources. But they went to Peter Obi when they were starting Zoom, because he's a high net worth individual. So understand, right? Because I know what sponsored that question was skepticism and doubt. You are there thinking that we are here trying to tell you about something, and you're wondering, why is the project owner not talking to me directly? If you go to Mercedes, are you going to buy a Mercedes from Daimler? You will buy from a salesperson. You're not going to buy from the founder of Mercedes or from the founder of Tesla. You're not going to buy an iPhone from Steve Jobs. You will buy it from a vendor. And you wouldn't have a problem with that, because, well, I'm just trying to let you understand that the fact that we are pitching this to you, and maybe you're having some skepticism and doubt and thinking, no, I don't think this is genuine, because why are the project founders not here pitching? Mind you, they are pitching, but not to you. The only reason you have access to this opportunity is because of Skyward Community, and you should be grateful for that access. All right, having said that, I would like to invite the next speaker, who is Mr. Bisong Sunday, the community manager for SWC here in Nigeria, who will be talking to us about the last part of tonight's presentation. So, Mr. Bisong, the floor is yours.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me loud and clear, sir?
Yes, sir, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you so much for the recent elaboration, explanation to that question. And I want to give kudos to my two speakers that have just spoken. They do justice to the presentation. Now, I don't want to waste your time, because I'm going straight to the presentation, but I want to say a brief something that I want each and everybody who is on this Zoom meeting call tonight. The Zoom meeting we are doing tonight, do you know that somebody is earning dividend on it? If what I'm saying is right, please put a plus in the chat box. Now, I want to tell you another thing. The way we farmed back in 1975, 76 is not the way we are farming right now. The way our children are going to school, what they are teaching them, the courses they are teaching them right now is not what they taught you. You heard something like qualitative thinking. Did they taught you that back in 2000, even 2000 close by? Did they taught you that in school? No. That's to tell you that technology has come to stay, and it's here. Thank God for Skyward Community for giving ordinary person like me to have access to global asset. I'm not talking about local asset. If you are here and you are a co-owner of Tesla, You are co-owner of Google. You are co-owner of Coca-Cola. Will you be looking, let me just put it clear, will your family or your generation, in as much of the hard economic situation in Nigeria, will be starving or be talking about whether, no, they cannot even be thinking. They will even be praying let the dollar be going high, because when you change it, you will use it and do whatever you want to buy. The essence we come here and tell you, discuss about this, do this presentation, is to us to advocate so that our people will position themselves against what is coming ahead. And a Chinese man says something. He said, know where the world is heading. Position yourself there first. Don't allow the world to get to you before you start trying to go out of the bus. It becomes very, 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 very impossible for you. So after saying that, let me just dive into the presentation. Tonight, the first speaker talked about the problem we're having on the existing transport technology and the opportunity, the solution we have on ground. The second speaker tells you how you can incorporate into this opportunity and be a co-owner, even though it's 1% return in terms of dividend that you're receiving there on this project for lifetime. You know what it meant. So now I'm going to talk about how we are raising funds and earning together with the SWC. It will interest you that the SWC have all it takes for you, an individual, to use to leverage as your business. For instance, as a graduate, I always put this example on me. Since I graduated, served, came back from youth service 2017, I have not worked for anybody or not government. This is what I'm doing. And it has paid me, it has given me the access for me to acquire more global assets without bringing my own hard-earned money. So the SWC Athlete Program is a financial instrument that allows you as an individual to receive interest from the financing raised for the green project and startups. We carefully select sites for funding and allow community partners to benefit financially in real cash terms. That's to say, we support green tech. And it will interest you that on 2 weeks back, 3 weeks back, we discussed about the 𝗟𝗲. We're telling people that this opportunity is coming to an end. They thought that we were joking. Now, none of us will come here and tell you about the 𝗟𝗲. If you want to get it, maybe when the shares are going to be listed, neither on London Stock Exchange or any of the global stock exchange. So going forward, to become an SWC partner, what are our partners already getting? As a matter of fact, I've told you, I'm a benefactor of it. I'm already benefiting. So what are the benefits you are getting? You get 18% of amount of financing raised. That to say, if you attract a potential investor in this project, the company pays you 18%. And then you have, as you grow in status, you earn up to 2,000. For instance, you move from a partner to a consultant to a consultant to a leader. You just reach a status of, let me say, top expert. The company give you $2,000 instantly in your own back office. You can choose to invest that money, buy the intellectual property that of Unitsky. You can choose to withdraw that money and will make use of it. Now, monthly bonus based on investment or volume. Bonus for development of the partner or structure team. You receive bonus based on the teamwork that you are working on your structure. Now, promotion, drawing, traveling in the companies of our leader. Recently, our co-partners from Vietnam visit the Eco Park in Belarus. You all saw the video, you all see the tour and how they drive in our vehicle, how they visit all our production, even our head office. So all these things are what our current partners are also benefiting. And it will surprise you that the SWC that we are talking about today, maybe you are here for the first day or you are just here for the first time. I want to tell you that this community has been existing for over 10 years. Now, we have been financing, and thanks to Reliable or AFLIC program, where we use this opportunity to attract potential investor in the Unitsky String Transport Technology. And today, we are happy that we have brought this technology at the last stage. What we are talking about is the last stage. We are not talking about stage 1, stage 2. We are at the last stage. So if you are here, if you are invited by anyone in this Zoom meeting, please go and tell that person, sign me up immediately, because that person meant well for you. Now, the SkyWorld community does not just give you a platform where you come blindly and you start looking for resources to help you do. No, we have a beautiful online platform university where we train you as an individual to become, expert, neither in our mentor, neither in speakers, just the way we are, doing the presentation here. We have all the tools that enable you to grow and grow in the business. On the platform, you get reliable and verifiable information that you can broadcast to a whole audience without fear of getting it wrong. Now, partners are systematically trained from basics to leadership, training step by step, and then learning of the materials and make it easy for groups. So these are platforms where you, as an individual, as a partner, you go into, you get trained from our experts, from our creators, from our training expertise. They equip you with the valuable information for you to carry out your business effectively without fear of putting out a wrong information. So going forward, I give you some benefits or some steps which will enable you to become a partner. Becoming a partner is not something stressful. It's just a 3-step, very, very simple. If you are here for the first time, you are invited by somebody in this Zoom meeting, just go back to that person, tell the person that you want to sign up, register, verify, and become a full-time partner. So what you just need is just the registration link, which will be sent to that person that invites you. After that, you go through the verification process where you upload your information and upload your document and submit it for verification. After doing that, once you are verified, you then sign the partnership program, and then you are good to go. We start the business. We teach you, and we are here to guide you every day, every moment, so that you can carry this business very, very effective. Now, becoming a co-owner of UST Technology, and in case of successful implementation of our project, you stand to receive a dividend for lifetime. Oh my God! If you love this, just give me a plus in the chat box, because receiving a dividend for lifetime. That's to say, this is a generational wealth. You alone cannot finish it. Your children, your grandchildren will be a partaker of this. So you need to take an action now. Take an action now. Now you earn money from selling technology or portion. Another way you can still earn right now is to introduce this opportunity to your uncles that you always go there and tell them, uncle, borrow me, do this for me. Take opportunity to them. They will value you more. One of the things that keep me where I am and grow my business, where I take opportunity to these rich people. When you take opportunity to them, they value you. They value your call. They value your time. But when you're calling them for issue, problem, they don't value you. You become a liability, and they're stealing from you. So all this your rich uncle, brothers that you have around, take this opportunity, sit them down, explain to them, tell them, this is what I found, and it is verifiable, it is physical. If you want, we travel to UAE. If you want, we travel to Belarus to go and see it. So this thing can bring money on your table, and you can use that money and buy the intellectual property of Unitsky String Transport Technology.
Mr. B Song, we can no longer hear you.
Hello, my curator. Can you hear me?
Okay, yes, you're back.
Sorry, my network threw me out. Can you hear me, sir?
Okay, I can hear you. Welcome back. I imagine that must have been what happened. Welcome back. Please continue.
All right, thank you. So becoming an SWC partner, you end right now with a referral program. You learn in demand of skills and profession, which I've explained in our training and adaptation platform. You become part of a global community and find like-minded people. It will surprise you that what we are saying here is not only in Nigeria, we are doing this thing around 180 countries of the world with different language, different region, different, tribe. But we are united together to support green tech technology for the betterment and for the betterment of the future and the future of the next generation. Now, participation in work, pro-environment work project, getting opportunity to get into unique work, SWC Primo Club. These are numerous benefits you enjoy as a partner of SWC. So if you love this benefit, just kindly give me applause, because you cannot just get this opportunity and stick to it alone. You need to share this information. You will need our people to be part of this transformation, that is occurring, that is taking place in the Skyward community. My next slide. So make your choice, which can be the beginning of your financial independence. Provide a safe and a comfortable way to travel with you, Sky Technology vehicles. Now, the UST technology is the key to sustainable development of the future transport infrastructure. Now, the Skyward community gives you that opportunity to support innovative technology and gain financial independence. And we have a mission. Our mission is to make 10% of the world population and make them financial free, place them on the financial free, roadmap. So it will interest you that you get to know us more on this video. Please stay with me as we go through this to know who we are and what we have achieved already. Thank you.
At Skyworld Community, we have been successfully raising funding for green technologies for over 8 years. Our company already has more than 600,000 investor partners around the globe. Join us, and you too can fruitfully participate in this process. You will not only help our planet become cleaner, but also increase your income. By joining the SWC Professional Agent Training Program, you will receive a step-by-step methodology for collaborating with large investors and successfully attracting investments. The opportunity to participate in the conclusion of significant transactions. The growth of your income, thanks to agency fees from major transactions. Access to a community of outstanding individuals who will inspire you to new achievements. Developing premium sales skills that open up new career prospects. The minimum income from the transaction will be several thousand or even tens of thousands of dollars, depending on the investment attracted. The upper threshold of income from the transaction will depend only on you and your contribution to the work on the transaction. This program is for you if you want to secure an important role in the company, strive for income growth, want to learn how to attract large clients and investors, want to become a partner in a serious position, are confident in your sales skills, and are looking for a reliable product to sell. Ready to work systematically under the guidance of experienced mentors. Join the SWC Professional Agent Training Program on the onboarding and training platform and discover the path to financial and personal growth. Together, we can turn 10% of the world's population into venture capital investors, benefiting the entire world.
All right. I hope you have a clear view and understanding. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for staying with us up to this moment. I think someone's mic is on.
Okay, I've muted all the participants. I think I should ask that if you are here in tonight's meeting, kindly keep your mic muted until it is time for questions so that you do not interrupt the flow of the presentation. Mr. Bison, kindly continue.
So thank you so much for staying with us and up to this movement. I believe that if you didn't take anything home, please take these three things. The future that you are craving for, it is in your hand. The decision you take today will change your life, or it might not. So please, we have come a long way, a long journey. And thank God, it seems I've seen one of our great fathers in the house, Pastor 𝗟𝗲𝗿𝗿. I don't know whether he's still with us, but I think I just saw him in the Zoom meeting. We have come a long way. We have been mentored with people. We have moved around with them for us to carry this journey up to this moment. Please take this information serious. For anything else, please take this information serious. Some of us, I get across this information in the camp, as in the NYSC camp. This is where I get it. And there was no proper information where I could not get the good material to somebody to have a Zoom meeting where you can tell me, oh, this is how this thing is working, this is our side. But today we have physical project where you can travel, visit it and see it. Please don't deny your generation, because your children will ask you, Dad, Mommy, when people were buying the Unitsky String Transport Technology pre-IPO share, where were you? What were you doing? I will have evidence. This meeting is being recorded. We will play it on our social media channel, and they will see that you were partaker of one of our meetings and you did not take an action. Have a wonderful night rest. Thank you, my creator, and thanks to all the speakers who have done justice to this presentation. I love you and remain blessed. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you, Mr. Bison. I appreciate your energy and your enthusiasm and your journey and growth so far with the Skyward community. Mr. Bison is a shining example of how this community can change the life of any and every person. I want to quickly recognize the presence of Pastor 𝗟𝗲𝗿𝗿. He is the person who was one of the people who started this amazing Skyward community vision here in Nigeria. One of the first people who accepted this opportunity when there was nothing to show on ground to say that this thing is something that is, should I say, that has a future, that is sustainable or legitimate. In fact, he saw the vision at a point where it was difficult to see. They say you cannot feature in a future you cannot picture. Pastor 𝗟𝗲𝗿𝗿 is one of those who pictured this future. And I would like to ask, sir, do you have anything you would like to say to the community tonight? If you have, please just unmute your mic and talk to us.
All right. Thank you very much for having me and the like of a Bison. Thank you. You guys are still waxing strong. Very much. Please, can you drop your screen? Let's see the people who are in the house. And if you don't mind, can you stop your recording? Just drop the screen. Let's see guys who are on the call today.
So, hold on, let me allow all participants to unmute. So kindly accept my request to unmute. And at the count of 3, we are going to say our slogan, Skyward Community, Creating and Financing the Future. So 3, 2, 1, Skyward Community.
Creating and financing the future.
Let's go again. Skyward Community.
Creating and financing the future.
One more time. Skyward Community.
Creating and financing the future.
God bless you all. Until this time again in our next webinar, stay safe, stay blessed, and have a good evening.